Hello, this is Mr. Hubbard from Southview Upper Elementary. I am here today to walk you through some of the projects for the Design Your Own Restaurant group project that we are doing together this week. I created a template on Google Slides that will hopefully help you visualize some of the activities a little better, to give you some idea of what you're supposed to do and give you a platform in which to do it on. So I'm going to walk you through on how I envision this taking place. And you can kind of do whatever you want with it. It's just kind of a template, something to get you started, to get those creative juices flowing. So we're going to start on the third page, which is the brainstorm starter. So the first step into kind of developing this whole idea of a restaurant is important to start with some of these important questions, like what are you going to call it? What are you going to serve? Like, who is it geared towards? What's the target audience? And when will it be open and where? The idea is that it's somewhere in Danville. So try to think about Danville. I mean, you can create your own fantasy town that you want, but think about a restaurant that you would want in Danville that you could create. It kind of gives you that location to work with. So a couple of just kind of housekeeping details. Whenever you see these tags right here, that means that you are to replace it with whatever it is you put. Sometimes it'll say what for you to put. Other times it'll just say your answer because it's a question that's been asked of you. Another housekeeping detail is that instructions aren't going to be on the PowerPoint slide themselves. They are going to be in this little speaker's note section down here. So you guys will be able to access those through the speaker's notes. You'll see them right where they are here. And you're going to just read the instructions and answer the questions either on the PowerPoint, or sometimes it'll prompt you to do an activity that is at home, just a piece of paper or something like that, which we'll get to a couple later. So you have these questions to answer. You're going to put in your answers here over to replace these tags here. Next, we have menu. So you get to create your own menu. So as you can see, I've already split it up into the different sections. So you have the drinks, appetizers, entrees, sides, and desserts. So you don't need an exuberant amount of different things, but it is good to have a variety, and make sure that you look back at your previous question of what kind of food you will serve. Make sure you have a good variety of that kind of food, because if you're doing like burgers, it'd be weird to only have like pizza on your menu because it's a burger place. So go ahead and make sure that's congruent with what you said before. And then you can kind of just have fun with it. Do whatever you want. I will say that what I did is I just wrote what the item was and then put a bunch of periods and then wrote a dollar amount. So that is something you can do. But part of the description is that you need to include the prices with each of your items. So that is up to you to do. Next, you're going to be creating a budget. Okay, so this is a budget for what your monthly expenses are. Okay, so you can kind of estimate what you need. Talk to a parent or sibling, or call someone on the phone and talk to them about what that would cost. Then the next part of the project is you have to figure out how many customers you need in a month to basically break even. Okay, so you have like rent and lease for the building. You need to figure out how much that's going to be. So could be anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500, whatever it is. And then you have to find what times 35, which is the average customer that the average customer spends when they come into the restaurant. $35. You have to multiply what times 35 equals that amount in the budget, and that's going to be what you're going to need. Okay, then you're going to put the total that equals, because it might not be exactly equal. You're going to want it to be in the positive unless it's like $1 short or something, so that you can figure out the answer to this problem. So imagine that there's an equal sign right here on each of them that you can put the answer to that here. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. But you're going to put everything, you're going to decide, you can change the categories too. You don't have to stick with these categories, but it is recommended that you at least have a starting point. And depending on what you sell, you could, make up that. This is going to require some thought. So take some time, talk to somebody, think about how much it would cost. It's not going to be, for like rent and lease, that's not going to be cheap. That's probably going to be one of your more pricey ones. And next would be the wages for employees, while entertainment fees or paper goods, like what you pass out to the people, like plates, bowls, boats, those kind of things, they might be the cheaper side of things because you can get those in bulk and you can get a lot, so that might last you a while. So that is what this project is. The next one this is something you can do in your own house. So you can either make one if you have Legos, blocks, cardboard, or you can draw it out, but you're going to design what your restaurant looks like on the inside. Not necessarily the aesthetics, like what it looks like the style and stuff, but more so the how everything's laid out. So you have to have a kitchen, a dining area, and restrooms and stuff like that. Once you've done that, then you can go to this next slide where you're going to just recreate this layout in any way you choose. So there's a couple different ways you can do that. So I already have a couple of the required things listed. And I just said that any blank space that's not labeled is going to be the dining area. So I can go through and I can either relabel them, change it up, whatever I want to do, move them around. Or if I don't like the shapes, so say for the kitchen, I don't want it to be a rectangle. I want it to be a diamond. So I could go here, click change shape, go to the shape I want. Voila, there we go. And it gives us a diamond shape, which we can move around, do whatever we need to do for that. And you can create your own layout. Okay, then once you've done that, you'll notice there's a little ruler at the bottom here. These are represented in feet. Okay, so here is what the next assignment is. See these tables and chairs? You need to have places for people to sit. So you need to take these tables and chairs and figure out what fits your layout best. Is it going to be round tables that work best? Is it going to be these longer tables? Can you like stack them up together like this where there's two in a row? But the important thing is that you have enough space for wait staff to get around. So if this is a foot, plan out what a foot is, get a ruler or something, and see if you can like squeeze through that space, or if maybe you need 2 feet between or 3 feet between. But you're going to create a layout based on this diagram, okay, and see how many tables you can fit. Obviously, the more people you can fit in the restaurant, the better it is for you, because you can make more profit. Then the last project for today is the logo project. So you're going to create your own logo. There's a couple different ways you can do that. You can either create it on here by using the shapes. Okay. We want it to be unique, so don't just pull something off of Google, but you can, put like a circle and then put some shapes in there, type in the name. There's a lot of different things you can use in here. Or if you're much more creative type, then you can actually draw one out and take a picture of it and upload it on here. So if you do that, that would obviously be a little bit more technical. You would just go to upload from computer if you've sent the picture to the computer. Or if you're doing it on a mobile device, you can just take a picture of it and it should upload it right to the platform. Once that is done, then you are done for today. But if you can't figure out how to put the picture up there, don't hesitate to contact me, and you can even send me the picture and I will be able to get it up there if you are confused. But yeah, once you've done this is a good basis. It has a lot of like the structure elements of your restaurant, and then we will get into later activities that will probably build off of this. So I will see you in a few. See you tomorrow. Take care. All right. Have a good one and have fun designing your own restaurant.